All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Campaigning for remaining 6 phases of Lok Sabha polls gains momentum. Moderate to high turnout recorded in the first phase. Withdrawal of candidature for the 4th phase of Lok Sabha polls ends today. Several U.S. lawmakers introduced legislation in the House of Representatives to strengthen U.S.-India strategic partnership. Chennai Super Kings beat Rajasthan Royals by 4 wickets in IPL. And in Singapore Open, shuttlers PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal, Verma and Kidambi Srikanth to play their quarterfinals today. After the completion of first phase of general elections, campaigning for the remaining 6 phases has gained momentum. Senior leaders of various political parties are addressing rallies across the country in their bid to woo the voters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address 3 rallies at Ahmednagar in Maharashtra, Gangavati in Karnataka and Kozhikode in Kerala today. Our correspondent says a meeting of BJP workers was held in Ahmednagar to review preparations for PM's rally.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be addressing a rally in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra at 11 a.m. today for BJP candidate Sujay Vikhe Patil. He is the son of Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil, the leader of opposition in the state assembly. He joined the BJP last month after NCP refused to vacate the seat for his electoral debut and was subsequently given a ticket by the Saffron Party. NCP chief Sharad Pawar will also be addressing a rally in Sangli. Sweetie Jain, AR News, Mumbai.
Congress President Rahul Gandhi is also scheduled to address 3 rallies in Tamil Nadu. Our correspondent reports that campaigning in Karnataka has intensified as the state will go to polls in the 2nd and 3rd phase.
High-voltage campaigns, social media clashes and massive road shows mark the elections in Karnataka. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and AICC President Rahul Gandhi will address a series of public rallies in the state today and tomorrow. 2 independent candidates, namely Sumalata Ambarish in Mandya and actor Prakash Raj in Bangalore Central, are drawing attention. The 28-year-old BJP candidate Tejasvi Surya is pitted against Congress senior leader B.K. Hariprasad in Bangalore South. The electorate will decide the fate of political stalwart Deve Gowda and his grandsons. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
In Uttar Pradesh, leaders have also shifted their focus to the next phases of Lok Sabha polls. More from our correspondent.
Union Minister and BJP leader J.P. Nadda will address a meeting of party workers at Prayagraj today. Party's other leaders, including Keshav Prasad Maurya and Dr. Dinesh Sharma, will address public rallies and meeting at Amroha, Bulandshahr, Agra, Dumariaganj and Kendali. Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav will address a public meeting at Pilibhit. Congress leader Jyotiradittya Scindia is slated to hold a road show at Hathras. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
Moderate to brisk polling was recorded in yesterday's first phase of Lok Sabha elections, spread over 91 constituencies in 18 states and 2 union territories. Polling by and large remained peaceful, with some incidents of sporadic violence and about 15 cases of damage of electronic voting machines. Briefing media in New Delhi last evening, Senior Deputy Election Commissioner Umesh Sinha said,
The elections were concluded in a peaceful manner, barring few sporadic incidents. I would like to take opportunity to thank millions of voters who came forward to vote despite their numerous difficulties, especially the persons with disability. Let me also convey my appreciation for lakhs of polling officials for carrying out the task of conducting elections.
Tripura recorded the highest 81.8% voting, followed by West Bengal 81% and Manipur 78.2%. Though final figures of overall poll percentage are still awaited, Assam and Odisha recorded 68% polling. 8 parliamentary seats in Uttar Pradesh, which went to the polls in the first phase, recorded 63.7% voting. Bihar recorded 53% polling, while in Arunachal Pradesh, voter turnout was 66%. In Telangana, the first general elections witnessed incident-free polling, but relatively low turnout of voters. Our correspondent says the polling was recorded at about 61%, but the final figure is yet to come.
Voters of left-wing affected areas in 13 assembly segments also turned out well, despite violence reported a day before in neighboring area Dantewada. First-time voters across the state participated in the most celebrated festival of democracy with enthusiasm and vigor. Despite disappointing voter turnout, election authorities in the state have a silver line as they have written to the Guinness Book of World Records about the successful polling held in Nizamabad by using 12 ballot units at each polling station. Lakshmi, AR News, Hyderabad.
Voting also took place for assembly elections in Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and 28 of the 147-member assembly in Odisha. In Sikkim, over 78% polling was recorded. Our correspondent has the details.
Political fortune of 150 candidates, including 9 independents, have been sealed in EVMs for assembly elections. For lone Sikkim Lok Sabha seat, electoral fortune of 11 candidates, including 2 independents, have also been sealed. 3 ministers, Chief Minister Pawan Kumar Chamling and opposition leader Kunga Nima Lecha are also in the fray. Mr. Chamling is seeking re-election for 6th time. State BJP President D.B. Chauhan and Working President of Hamrao Sikkim Party, Baiching Bhutia, are trying their luck to interstate Legislative Assembly. With KK Lal's report from Gangtok, Sanjeev Jasrotia, AIR News.
Odisha Chief Electoral Officer Surendra Kumar said the polling was by and large peaceful. Our correspondent has filed this report.
The CEO said there were 6 booths in Chitrakonda, Malkangiri district saw no voting due to Maoist threat. Similar incidents were reported in the pool-bound areas where the voters did not cast their votes for various demands. This year, as many as 7,233 polling booths were set up across the state for the first phase, out of which 730 booths were webcasted. SN Patnaik, AIR News, Sambalpur.
Today is last date for withdrawal of candidature for the 4th phase of Lok Sabha polls. 71 constituencies spread over 9 states will go to polls in this phase on 29th of April. Voting for 17 parliamentary seats in Maharashtra, 13 each in Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, 8 in West Bengal, 6 each in Odisha and Madhya Pradesh, 5 in Bihar and 3 in Jharkhand will be held in this phase. The Election Commission has issued notice to Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and BSP Chief Mayawati for alleged violation of Model Code of Conduct during political rallies. The Commission served notice on both of them and asked them to file their reply by this evening. In its notice to the UP Chief Minister, the EC said Model Code of Conduct provides that there shall be no appeal to caste or communal feelings for securing votes. The Commission said it is prima facie of the opinion that Yogi Adityanath violated this provision while speaking at an election rally in Meerut last Tuesday. The Commission in its notice to BSP Chief Mayawati said it is prima facie of the opinion that she violated the Model Code of Conduct in her public rally at Saharanpur on the 7th of this month. Ms. Mayawati had allegedly appealed to a community for votes during her speech. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
News Services Division of All India Radio is broadcasting a special live program, Janadesh 2019, on the developments related to the General Elections 2019.
Tune in to the FM Gold channel of AIR from 4:05 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. every day till the announcement of results to listen to this special program.
In United States, a bipartisan group of half a dozen influential U.S. lawmakers has reintroduced an important legislation in the House of Representatives which seeks to advance the U.S.-India strategic relationship. If enacted, the legislation would ensure that the U.S. State Department treat India as a NATO ally for the purposes of the Arms Export Control Act. It would send a powerful signal that defense sales to India should be prioritized, according to U.S.-India Strategic Partnership Forum, which had worked on this important legislation. The bill was introduced this week by Congressman Joe Wilson, a senior member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Mr. Wilson said India is the world's largest democracy, a pillar of stability in the region, and has shown strong commitment to export control policies. WikiLeaks co-founder Julian Assange was arrested at the Ecuadorian embassy in London yesterday. Assange took refuge in the embassy 7 years ago to avoid extradition to Sweden over a sexual assault case that has since been dropped. The UAE has announced that India will be the guest of honor country at the Abu Dhabi International Book Fair 2019, to be held from 24th to 30th of this month. Our correspondent reports that the fair aims to highlight the UAE's rich heritage, showcasing its authenticity and modernity, as well as its cultural and literary output.
The strengthening ties between the two countries once again gets reflected in India being selected as the guest of honor at the prestigious 29th Abu Dhabi International Book Fair. According to Ambassador Navdeep Suri, this is truly a golden era in India-UAE relationship. Indians in the United Arab Emirates constitute the largest part of expat population of the country. India's participation in the fair is expected to attract a significant number of expats. A number of activities embracing the fields of literature, culture, and art are expected to engage the audience. The Indian Pavilion will host writers, authors, and literary scholars who will serve as ambassadors for the literature and art of the country. Kanchan Prasad, AIR News, Dubai.
In IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings registered a thrilling last ball 4-wicket victory over Rajasthan Royals in Jaipur last night. Today, Kolkata Knight Riders will take on Delhi Capitals in Kolkata. The match will start at 8 p.m. In Singapore Open, shuttlers PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal, Verma and Kidambi Srikanth will play their quarterfinal matches today. Olympic silver medalist and world number 6 PV Sindhu will face China's Kai Yan, while London Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal will clash with second seed Nozomi Okuhara of Japan in women's singles event. In men's singles, Verma will face Chao Tianchen of Taiwan, while Kidambi Srikanth will take on Japan's Kento Momota. In hockey, Indian women's team beat Malaysia by a solitary goal to complete a 4-0 win in the 5-match bilateral series in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. It was Navjot Kaur's fine field goal in the 35th minute and a good defensive display that helped India win. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Abhishek Kumar.
Thank you, Anuja. The first phase of Lok Sabha polling with photographs dominates the dailies today. Bihar sees lowest turnout. Bengal tops, writes the Tribune, while the Hindustan Times reports long queues but lower turnout. Often hailed as the silent force behind Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's re-election in the 2015 Assembly elections, women are tracking government policies before taking a call on voting, cites the Economic Times, leading the way. In Bihar, women form majority in 25 of 40 Lok Sabha seats. On WikiLeaks co-founder facing extradition to the United States, the Times of India reports Assange's seclusion of 7 years ends with arrest in London. The Asian Age says Assange held after Ecuador pulls asylum. Nizamabad Lok Sabha constituency in Telangana may get into the Guinness Book of World Record for the use of largest number of electronic voting machine, reports the Pioneer. Jet Airways suspends all westbound international flights as banks decline additional loan is a headline in the Hindu. Crisis in jet deepens. Most international internal flights suspended, writes the Indian Express. Another front page headline in the Times of India says US, UK, France give China Azhar ultimatums, asking China to lift its technical hold on the ban proposal to proscribe Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. And finally, the Asian Age and the Hindustan Times report Jamia Millia Islamia getting its first woman Vice-Chancellor, Professor Najma Akhtar, a widely acclaimed educationist. She is also the First Lady Vice-Chancellor of any central university in Delhi. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Abhishek. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Campaigning for remaining 6 phases of Lok Sabha polls gains momentum. Moderate to high turnout recorded in the first phase. Withdrawal of candidature for the 4th phase of Lok Sabha polls ends today. Several U.S. lawmakers introduced legislation in the House of Representatives to strengthen U.S.-India strategic partnership. Chennai Super Kings beat Rajasthan Royals by 4 wickets in IPL. And in Singapore Open, shuttlers PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal, Verma and Kidambi Srikanth to play their quarterfinals today. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.